The Calgary Flames continue their Eastern road trip tonight, and after an invigorating win against the New York Rangers, many fans want to see Dan Vladar between the pipes again tonight against Jakob Markstrom and the New Jersey Devils. Dustin Wolf was pulled in his last game, but it would be wrong to hurt his confidence by not giving him an allotted start, right? Well, all signs point to this goalie starting tonight. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. Let's get into the chapter that is named after the title of this video. All signs point to this. And as I kind of alluded to in the intro, it's all signs point to this goalie starting, but there is rumblings. Ever since the Four Nations face-off, Dan Vladar has arguably and kind of just factually, statistically, been the better goalie for the Flames down the stretch, if of course you're on the side of the fan base that wants the Flames to win and make the postseason, of course. But we know how good Dustin Wolf is. He is Calder Trophy caliber, easily the best rookie goalie in the league, one of the best goalies in general in the league. So it's overall interesting. Who gets the start tonight after the Flames had a back-to-back earlier? Wolf got pulled in the game against Toronto, and then Dan Vladar gets the win against the New York Rangers. And it's kind of inspired by this article here from the Calgary Herald, written by Wes Gilbertson today. So he writes, game day, should Flames stick with Vladar in New Jersey? Well, old friend Jakob Markstrom will be between the pipes Thursday for the New Jersey Devils, who should start in net for the Flames. And it's kind of crazy. This has been a scheduled start for Wolf, but maybe if you go by the numbers, if you go by recent success, Vladar might be the guy to start. So, the buzz. Dan Vladar has been sharp in each of his 4 starts since the break. And when the New Jersey Devils visited the Saddledome in November, he was perfect. So maybe Vladar kind of has their number in terms of, the Devils. Which begs the question, would the Calgary Flames stick with their backup netminder for Thursday's dance with the Devils at the Prudential Center? Something to think about. Vladar hasn't been tapped for back-to-back starts since December 10th and 12th, so the safest guess is Dustin Wolf will be between the pipes. Besides, the team may want to reinforce their faith in the rookie hotshot after he was pulled for the first time in his NHL career in Monday's lopsided loss to the Maple Leafs in Toronto. And that's exactly what I said in the intro. I think that's what's most important here. We care most about, Wolf's confidence, the way he views the franchise and the coaching staff moving forward more than anything else in terms of goaltending. We want him to know that we believe in him, and I think, he wants to believe in himself as well as obviously the fan base and the staff in general of the Calgary Flames, entire organization believing in him, of course, and vice versa. So it's interesting. I think that's the most important part here as to why maybe all signs should point to Dustin Wolf starting in terms of confidence, and because he's just an insane goalie. But I'll have one more little screenshot from this article. You could make a case, and it's not a knock on Wolf or any sort of suggestion that he shouldn't be their go-to goaltender during the final stretch, that Vladar has earned this one. And it's pretty true. He hardly needed to stand on his head in Tuesday's 2-1 victory over the Rangers, but he wasn't rattled after allowing an early strike and stopped the other dozen shots fired his direction. Again, what a win that was against the New York Rangers. The Flames kind of gave the Rangers nothing if you take away the first minute of the game, so it really was incredible. Sure, Vladar didn't have loads to do. The defense really tightened up, and it was, a kind of a weird game. The Flames almost seemed like the villains in that one, especially guys like Raz, even Huberdeau, but it was a great win overall. But more about Vladar. In his 4 starts since the Four Nations face-off, Vladar has posted a stellar .927 save percentage. He's done that against some talented teams, the Washington Capitals, Florida Panthers, Dallas Stars, and the Rangers. So at least 3 of those 4 teams are heavy cup favorites. So not only is he playing well, but he's playing well against really good teams, aside from probably the Rangers, who are on the outside looking in right now, much like the Flames. He also delivered a 22-save goose egg against the Devils on November 1st. He even had an assist that night. So the last time Vladar played against the New Jersey Devils, he had more points than the entire Devils roster put together. So maybe, should all signs then point to Dan Vladar starting tonight? You would think it kind of makes sense. Gilbertson has a bit of, a good reason to be writing this article, but I can tell you, Dustin Wolf was in the starter's net here in New Jersey this morning. So Dustin Wolf will be getting the start, which I think, look aside from the stats, look aside from the recent success, it's the right thing to do to play Wolf at this time. Here's a good quote. So obviously I was upset just coming back into the room, and I'm a pretty emotional guy. I don't want to say I shed a tear, but I had a good talk with Raz. He was like, this isn't the first time this has happened, and it's not the last either. He was just very supportive, saying, you've kept us in this all season. It's kind of nice to hear that in the moment. You probably don't want to hear it because I always blame myself first. I want to help my team win, and my objective is to keep the puck out of the net. When 5 go in, it's not a pretty one from Dustin Wolf. So clearly he cares. This wasn't obviously a performance he wanted to have, but it's good to know that certain people are stepping up, have his back, like a Rasmus Andersson, have a good talk with him, and it seems like he's ready. He's done the right things since he was pulled against Toronto, and sure, it was, an ugly game, especially for Wolf. He didn't even play that bad. He played so good in the first period, and then our penalty kill was literally the worst PK unit I've seen in so long in one game. So it's really not totally his fault. He did get pulled, but he has the right attitude about it, and that's why he probably should be getting the start tonight. Here's another thing. So pulled for the first time in his NHL career, Dustin Wolf got back to work immediately in order to recalibrate. It's that mindset and preparation that's gotten the 23-year-old league-wide attention and has him moving forward quickly. And that last quote that I showed here kind of sparked off of this, article here, but also just the whole idea that he did get pulled. Wolf, he was vocal about it. He didn't just shy away and go, be in his sorrows, in his suds, we hope not for sure. But it was great that, he's taken the right steps, that since he got pulled for the first time in his NHL career, he seems ready to go again, which is great. And we know how good he is. If you want another great quote here, here's one from Pat Steinberg. He said, Dustin Wolf is not just the best rookie goaltender in the NHL, he's classified with the cream of the crop goalies across the league. So really, when it comes down to it, starting Vladar tonight would kind of make sense, but Wolf is so amazing. He's done the right things to earn this start again, and of course, we will be cheering him on. No woos, because it's not playing at the Dome tonight. No howls in the Prudential Center. Well, maybe there'll be some Flames fans, but we'll still be cheering him on nevertheless. So all signs in the end do point to a Dustin Wolf start, and he will remain the number one going forward for anyone who had any sort of doubts. But let's get a little bit further into tonight's game, as that's kind of the key piece here of who's getting the start in tonight's game. Well, let's speak about it. The Flames obviously are playing the Devils. I've only said that about 900 times in this video, playing against Jakob Markstrom. This one goes at 5 p.m. Calgary time, 7 p.m. over in New Jersey, of course. And this is a pretty big game for both teams. Obviously, the Flames are on the outside looking in right now. The Devils trying to hold on to some standing positioning in the Metro Division with, teams like I guess the Rangers are in there. The Blue Jackets are somewhat in there. The Metro's weird right now. It seems like those Atlantic teams are the ones on the rise. But either way, let's do a little standings update for ourselves. So as we have it right now, the Flames are 2 points out of that second wildcard spot behind Vancouver, and 2 points less than the Blues as well. But we do have 1 game in hand on the Canucks and 2 on the Blues. Utah right there as well. They're just 2 points behind. But the Flames slowly slipping away from having any sort of contention in the Pacific Division standings as well. LA has been good lately. Edmonton, unfortunately, seems to be getting back on their feet a little bit here. So the Flames really, again, just gunning for that second wild card. I know a lot of people would rather have them just tank, keep their top 10 pick. But if you're one of the people who wants them to make the playoffs, obviously, another huge game tonight. Only 15 left. You got to win, I would say, at least 10 of those to kind of book your ticket into the dance here. But big one tonight. If they win, and well, I know the rest of these teams are all playing, but let's say we win, Canucks lose, Blues lose, we're back in that second wildcard spot still with games in hand. So of course it is a big one. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. Comes from the most recent video, and it comes from Kaz Dave. He said, I was surprised the Flames lost, of course, to Toronto, with elite scoring machines like Rooney, Sharangovich, and Hunt in the lineup. Yes, the Flames aren't exactly icing their ideal lineup these days. That game as well, we did not have Zary. Of course, we did have Zary against the Rangers. Maybe that's the key to winning. Who cares about all this goalie talk? We just needed Zares back in the lineup, but it is true. Sharangovich has to be arguably the biggest ghost in the entire league for this whole season, which is too bad. Rooney, we know he doesn't have much of an offensive game. Dryden Hunt, same sort of thing. Great AHL player, not quite making it in the NHL. But, now that everyone's healthy, I mean, we aren't really seeing Hunt anymore, but now that more people are healthy, I should say, obviously Backlund is still out. We lost Mantha, we lost Kirkland as well, but either way, it is true. The offense, even when we're winning, is struggling, so thank goodness we have this good goaltending. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like we saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.